Hi, I'm Nick Knight, a paper toy designer from Germany. Last September marked the 10-year anniversary of the release of Urbon Paper, a groundbreaking paper toy book featuring 26 artists from around the globe. Myself and 3 of the other designers featured in the book gathered in Den Bosch in the Netherlands to discuss what's happened since its release, reminisce of our times exhibiting together, and discuss the past, present, and the future of paper toys. In this first episode, we'll be talking about how it was meeting for the first time and to exhibit our work in a gallery setting. So without further ado, let's turn the page. First meeting of the Veterans Club is now in session. We said Paper Veterans Club because we're not war heroes or something, right?
No, we're not.
Right.
What are we here for?
It's my part, right? It's kind of like a celebration for the 10-year anniversary of Urbon Paper, Matt Hawkins' book.
Yeah.
It's also like the 10-year anniversary that I think we all met, right? Or did you know each other before?
Nope.
We did like this show in Arnhem.
I got really scared.
Subwalk?
I thought, whoa!
Subwalk. The show was called, the venue was called Subwalk. We did a pretty nice show there.
Yeah.
I think Dolly Oblong was there. E440 was there.
Greenelf.
And
George?
Lulu and Tommy, the one guy was
Yeah.
there. So we had like, back then it was already like, felt
All-star.
like to think of that made us reminisce a little bit. Maarten and I, we talked on the phone or via Skype or some chat, I think. And we came up with the idea to just meet again and let's see what happened over the last 10 years, where we are now. And maybe talk a bit paper. That's pretty much the idea.
Talk
And
shop.
just a few weeks later, here we are.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Meeting in Den Bosch.
Den Bosch.
Den Bosch.
It's close to Maaskantje for the international crowd.
Yes. Remember, new kids, stuff like that. And so, and that's now we see like where it takes us and just talk a bit. We asked some people to ask us question. Nobody did,
Nope.
which is good. So we can freestyle. Yeah. So yeah.
Now we talk.
Now we're talking.
I like that Arnhem exhibition.
Yeah, I liked it because
we
it was
put
the
a-
first time I was in a gallery. I
Yeah.
could show
Same.
my work in a gallery. That sounded amazing to me.
Yeah. Same here.
The fun thing I remember is that we got along straight away with each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Like we knew each other for years.
Yeah, but it was weird, right? Just
Yeah.
that you because we only knew each other from
The internet.
the interweb.
Yeah, and some even not that.
No,
I mean, I had never spoken to Dolly Oblong or to the other guy or Lulu. No, Lulu who was the guy? I still don't remember. Tommy?
I don't know.
Is it?
think he
Maybe
was
it's. Oh, okay. That would
No, yeah,
sound
not
right. Yeah.
Tommy.
Okay. I didn't even know them beforehand, and it was like we set up the place, and
Yeah.
it was immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
See,
go to a
we
place
talked
with
about
people with
this
knives.
just a few minutes ago before we got in here about the Germans and the Dutch people. Like, this is for me. This is like the first connection to Dutch people with like interacting with them, and immediately everybody was nice. So it was fun. I just looked at the pictures before, like the album on Facebook that I made, and looked at the pictures. Damn, I used some ugly filters. But it's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years.
One funny thing I remember is that I built all my toys on the A4 sized paper. So I came into the gallery with toys like very tiny, like the one with the 3D, or is it this one?
Yeah.
But all you guys had used like A3 paper
A3.
or toys built out of different parts, so they were even larger.
Yeah.
Just tiny little
Yeah.
toys that were just completely lost. in
That
the
you had
fabric.
eatable paper. right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh
I
wow.
brought edible paper. Yeah.
Yeah,
In the box.
as a business card or something.
Yeah, I made a few.
Okay.
I did the branding of the show.
Okay.
I made these little cards for our names and stuff.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I made business cards as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the same experience because to me it's like just a funny thing, but there were art prints and it was also all this cardboard paper. I was like, come on, it's like, how can I put that in my printer?
Yeah, we were not thinking in gallery
Dimensions.
No.
dimensions
no.
yet.
You were thinking
We're thinking in
desktop.
homegrown, just
Home.
printing and
Yep.
building your own stuff.
I thought about it a little bit because I made tables with the letters paper.
Yeah,
And I had the big outside thing.
Yeah.
But that's all I could think of.
Yeah, I mean, I think it still was clever to have like the actual size that you get out of an A4 sheet,
Yeah.
so it's not false advertising. So if somebody
True.
Yeah.
downloads it, he sees what he's going to get. And but also I thought I also remember about this show, like the ingenuity of this guy and like all the rest, like to put a show together. But with him, he was like, we need to build something to put more toys here. Let's use this cardboard and make racks for the wall. And
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did shelves.
yeah, and he came up with them right on the spot. I was like, okay.
No,
you didn't? You beforehand?
I created them beforehand.
Oh,
but
all
I
right, that's right.
calculated them how to cut it.
You had like just a sheet with like, and this is what we need to do, and then you started cutting with Linka, I think even already, and then you did that. That was amazing.
And
Yeah,
I thought it was urban, so I was expecting more people with hats like you.
yeah,
So I did a stencil. Never did a stencil all of my life. I'm no graffiti guy.
yeah.
But I did a stencil with Urbon Paper, and I bought a can of spray just from the Gamma. It's a hardware store. I don't know where to get that stuff.
I think
And I signed with the stencil, but I never did it
years
ever
later,
since.
I still had some of them at home because afterwards we ripped them out of the wall. I had some pieces, but because we used like double-sided tape, and we ripped some of the wall, like I don't know what you call it. I'm sorry, but
Plaster.
something like that out. So I had to peel that off and to get the sticker off. That was really nice. I made one gray for some toys. I used the spray can, I think, on the show already. I remember that. I had one gray, completely gray one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did signing with a paint roller. I had also a stencil, and I thought I have to sign it urban. I had to Google urban.
What is
Urban.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
So I thought,
Siri?
oh,
No,
stencils,
Siri.
stencils. Oh, I can do that. So I had a plastic stencil. It was really shitty to cut. And then I had a paint
But
roller,
you-
and I had...
years later, we still
Sign.
used them at the next shows. We used the template for the shelves on the wall. I think in Arnsberg we did
Yeah,
use
we
them.
did?
Yeah. For the first show we did, and I think the second one for the museum, because we wouldn't be allowed to put something on the wall. But the on the first time, yeah. Also, like reverse here, this is also like the OG, like the original crew for the first Arnsberg Urbon Paper Collective show. I mean, we got some additional stuff from Ryan Hall, and so they sent in, and Abigail sent something. Abby said, send me some stuff beforehand, but this was the crew that did the first show there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So also a celebration. Of
Getting
that.
back to Urbon Paper, the exhibition, but the book was, I think, one of the first books.
If not
that-
the first
The
book.
first book
The
that,
first.
that used the name Urbon Paper, or just the whole concept of releasing a book full of paper toys by different artists. I think I've seen books before where you can build stuff out of paper, but
Like
just the whole
trains
concept
or
of,
something like these things, yeah.
But mostly trains or buildings, but not.
It's where the name started.
It's where the name,
And with the name, it's because the toy books there were. This was the first time it had the art angle.
Yeah.
The urban angle.
Yeah. I remember that you seem to be struggling with the urban idea. The first time I was there, you were signing the books, but you had a so professional setup. It was like this, and I'll do this, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot about that. People might want my autograph or some drawing that I can make. So I was like, oh, I'm totally not prepared for this.
Yeah, see,
the signing I knew.
But I didn't even. I was not even guessing that people would ask my autograph for stuff.
Good thing that I have like a little bit of like this graffiti background. This was always like a tag that he used for.
That's what I used. But
I still have the book with all your signatures in it that we did. We everybody brought one of their own books, and I went around and like sign it for me. And I remember you also like drawing a little, I think, three-eyed bear in it.
Three-eyed bear, yeah.
And it was like, but he's a double threat or triple threat. He's doing like the drawings. He's doing the.
But
cardboard.
This was the first time, so I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm an artist now. I have to have a thing to sign a book with. I was not just thinking, oh, I put my name in there. Drawing and I had no idea.
It was a first for us all, but I felt the responsibility. I knew the signing. That we're in a shop. I prepared in the sense like it's all those small kind of things. Well, you made it bigger. I was that was a good thing. I noted that, but so I thought we need something big. We need something
impressive. Like,
it needs to be a show.
But also, which like to compare the two first shows that we did, like the first Urbon Paper, or like the only Urbon Paper show, and then the Urbon Paper Collective show in Arnsberg. I think both of them had their charm and their thing. But I think because of the professional setting in the gallery in Arnhem, I think it came across better. Like, for me, it looked more professional because we were able we didn't need to improvise that much, because just to tell the story of we were supposed to be in a place which was an old, I think, optician or something, with like they had like these small vitrines. I don't know what it is in English. Vitrine.
Displays.
Yeah,
window displays.
And in glass, and we could have put like stuff in there, and then there was like, but you have to share this room with somebody else, and we're like, okay, but we need the space, so they moved us to another place, which was an old bank facility. Yeah, and we had like a huge space where we tarped off the half of it, but it was still dirty, and it was. Again, urban, which was kind of nice, and you started building shelves again. We put like half the window was full with all the toys that I brought, because I'd like just put my trunk full of everything I had. It was like 2 windows with just stuff from me. Yeah. It was more. I think you even jokingly said like, "This is the Nick show."
I can't remember.
I think you did, or Petra did. I'm not sure, but. It was pretty cool. And then we had this, but the thing that made this one unique was we had this workshop where people actually came and did build toys with us. We first started, you had the great idea with doing like these paper shapes so people could build something like Lego-wise out of it. Yeah. We printed them. I still have some of those at home that I use.
It became more of an event.
Yeah.
True.
Arnhem to me was just a display of what we
is
do,
possible,
what we can. But because we had to improvise, Arnsberg, you started pop-upping. Yeah. I started doing something big again. I started getting sick.
Yeah.
to me, the as I remember it, the fun feeling for me was the unpacking. All the stuff that got sent from all over the place. Yeah. I remember that we were like, Abigail. And she did big. And
you remember that really intricate giant robot that I got? Like, that was like a work from somebody who just did this 1 or 2. I think he just did 2 toys. And it was like really with all the movable parts, and it was a giant robot, and it was like amazing to see how this. I think we all just stood in front of this for like an hour and just admired.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And that was a guy
me up real bad.
Keep it PC.
Keep
It messed with my head a little bit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it did with all of us. I was sitting there and like,
Yeah, that was
okay, I can
amazing.
quit.
Yeah.
It's never gonna
Yeah.
reach this level.
No.
And this guy wasn't even a paper
No.
toy artist.
Yeah.
No.
He
did
was
like
like for
two-
the
yeah.
for art show of his dissertation or something
Yeah,
like that.
it was like a final work
Yeah.
for his studies.
Yeah, frustrating.
We also
But-
had a show in Amsterdam. Can you remember that one?
Sure.
We were actually
Didn't
on,
we
the,
have
on the street building paper toys.
Didn't we have two?
In these market stalls, and we were sitting
In Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that's
ABC,
late- that's
American
later.
Toast.
Yeah.
That's later,
It's
right?
later than Arnsberg, or yeah.
I think so.
No.
I think
No.
it was before that. I think you're right.
Before Arnsberg?
I think so because Arnsberg was consecutive years, and I think we weren't like
This was
ABC, we did two shows,
thing.
right?
we did
Yeah,
two shows
two
in
shows,
Arnsberg.
One
in
outside,
the
and the next year we
in
were
the tree
inside,
house or something.
Yeah.
The first one was in the tree house, and the second one was I think outside where you even we talked about this yesterday, where you just left some of your toys like on windowsills and on a trash can.
Amsterdam
just-
on the
yeah.
street. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
that was a cool show too. We did a workshop there too, but it's
Yeah.
more like you did a lecture on like the history of paper toys. I still have that
Yeah.
that PowerPoint on my on my computer still.
You try, it's trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first and one of the first workshops probably.
Yeah,
then.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
It's
that
possible.
the people came who were more into drawing by numbers, and they were,
Yeah.
oh, I want to do
Yeah.
something creative, and I had a really long discussion. I was like, okay,
I blocked this event somehow.
And that
But,
is also
but
Dolly
you-
was also there, like for I think
Yeah,
both
true.
shows.
Yeah.
Dolly,
True.
the Dollies.
The Dollies,
I always
And the Lulu Lawrence.
yeah, he
was-
was
he was
at
there
least
as well.
once.
For one, the
Yeah.
one outside. I think not in the
Yeah.
tree house. Awesome, man! We did a lot.
Yeah, we did.
We're getting
10
old, we
years,
forget
10
of
years.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
How,
And then at Arnsberg we just got better in the event thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
event.
it's a good
You,
thing that we
you
had Petra.
invited-
She did
Mhm.
like
Petra
Yeah.
was
the organizer.
spider in the web.
You became semi-pros.
Yes.
I think that-
We
it's
can
all
make a
grown.
show.
Yeah.
We can make a show, right?
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on.
And we even like we had like the you missed the last one where we went not in the didn't have that nice venue in the small place, but we had like the forum of a theater,
Yeah.
which made it a bit more difficult because it was wider and we didn't have that, and we had to improvise again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
But
got
also I
lost
think it
a
worked.
little bit.
I think that
But we got
because
smarter
have
because
smaller,
they're bigger.
Yeah,
We have
but I
bigger.
think that because we have small things, we don't need a lot of room because it's difficult to fill. And this was a hall and an entrance and a space that we did the workshops in, and we
And
just
even
don't-
outside
Yeah,
with the
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, and also Arnsberg was amazing because I'm really grateful and thankful for what they were able to let us do.
yeah,
Like invite Chris from New York,
Yeah.
Ubicraft, invite Bart. We did this amazing Formula One car
yeah,
in original size
Yeah.
where people were able to sit, and then this globe he did and the
and
the stuff he
blockies,
brought,
right?
yeah, and the blockies for last year's.
Careful for the table.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're,
You're
sorry,
banging.
we cut this out.
Yeah,
If you put
cut
it
you
in,
out. And also like Stellan from Sweden that brought his like the next step, like the wood toys.
Wood stores, yeah.
Then Merci, the other guy who's not seen on any camera. Who did like amazing things and helped so much, and he's so intricate and he's so like such a quiet person, and then you see like the genius of his toys, and he's not even like, I mean, he started and like the second or third toy was already blowing me away, like from the style and the urban
Yeah.
feel for it.
Yeah.
And then
Alex. It just
no
comes
yeah.
in with a truckload.
Do you want
Jumps
toys?
200
I
toys
have a
on the
couple.
table, and you're like, all right.
It was even when he wasn't there.
Yeah,
he
you just
just
send
sent
it
over
over.
like boxes full
Boxes
of toys.
full, and then when
And he's a machine.
big production.
She's
yeah,
a machine. I'm sorry.
And
Yeah,
Greenelf, who makes
Yeah.
the
amazing.
poster boy toy
Yeah.
of
I still-
any show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I still have that lying in the old gallery. I have to pick this up. What's the name?
The
of
green.
the spaceship
Oh,
from
the
Alien
spaceship,
2.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Nostromo. Was it this Nostromo?
Yeah,
Nostromo
Oh,
is the
Oh, the Sulaco.
first movie.
Sulaco, I think one of those.
SSS Sulaco.
The Sulaco, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this thing I still I shiver when I just think of
Yeah.
it. And then also like then
It
when
wakes
we did,
me up at night sometimes.
No, not that
And I'm
bad.
like, fuck.
Yeah, but also things like the ideas he comes up with, like when we did the racing theme. I mean, that was also nice that we like gave ourselves some themes
Yeah.
for the show, and like I think the last one we didn't, but beforehand we had like the racing theme. Then when he came along with these, they looked like actual models of race cars.
Yeah.
And,
Extremely detailed. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
We're probably
a talented
forgetting
builder.
and Marco Subwalk,
Yeah,
like,
okay, also.
like just a fun guy who like.
That's more. He's more
Marco.
into art now.
Well, so much for the first episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be picking things up on the next page where we are discussing our involvement in the Urbon Paper book in more detail, as well as outlining some of the other books and projects we've worked on since the initial exhibition. Goodbye for now.